Hi? Are you okay?
Yeah, I haven't run in a while.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 cringeworthy royal family moments.
It's not inspirational.
The idea is
it's a banana.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're looking at all the embarrassing royal incidents that still make us cringe. Let us know what you think of the royals in the comments. Number 10. New secretary for Kate. As one of the most popular and visible royals, not to mention a likely future queen, Kate Middleton has a lot on her plate.
Good morning, Big Bonnet. Thank you. Very nice to see you too.
She has to shake hands, visit schools, go to the races, wave. The grind never stops. As such, in 2022, Kensington Palace put up a job listing saying that Her Royal Highness was hiring.
Thank you, Alan, and again, thank you so much to everyone for coming today. I know how busy everyone is. So.
The job was to be the personal assistant to Kate's existing assistant private secretary, an assistant to another assistant, if you will.
All smiles, but already it's clear more difficult conversations lie ahead.
For the princely annual salary of £27,500, which is nothing to balk at in the current economy, you could be one of half a dozen people responsible for managing the Duchess's diaries. Number 9. Chinese milk. One minor member of the royal family made headlines a few years ago for appearing in an advert selling milk in China.
我是 Peter Phillips. 我爱喝娟山鲜牛奶.
Peter Phillips, son of Princess Anne and grandson of the Queen, was paid to flog milk for a company owned by the Chinese state, Jersey Milk.
英伦保护. 在中国，光明至优娟山鲜.
His pitch was that the milk was similar to the milk the royal family drink from their own private herd of cattle. It's true that there is a royal dairy at Windsor, where the royals do get their milk, but the absurd ad still raised many eyebrows.
至优娟山，英伦珍品，奢享鲜醇.
This is what I drink.
But how else are minor royals supposed to make money, if not by becoming spokespeople for foreign dairy products? Number 8. Bananas.
I think that the Duchess of Sussex and Prince Harry going to the charity was an anti-stigma thing.
Still generally disliked by the British public, this was one of Meghan Markle's most notable cringe moments.
Actually, do you have a Sharpie marker? I'm sure we can get you one. I have an idea.
She teamed up with 125, a women's charity based in London, to give inspirational messages to the sex workers the charity provides with food parcels.
Whilst things doing the food bag, they also obviously have various things on the ground.
These messages were delivered via bananas, for some reason, with the Duchess of Sussex personally writing encouraging quotes on many of them. What was already a cringe story got even worse, however, when it was later reported that the bananas were not given to vulnerable women and were instead photographed and then baked into a cake. So it really was just a publicity stunt.
You think, though, that it's just meaningless coming from someone you don't know.
So patronate, you are strong.
Number 7. Camilla Gate. For a time, the long-running affair between King Charles III and Camilla, Queen Consort, was unknown to the public, though it was common knowledge amongst the royals and other aristos.
Don't you want us to be free to live our life in the open?
I do. But I want to be humiliated and attacked even less.
In 1993, the tabloids got a hold of a phone call recorded between Charles and Camilla only months after the Wales's separation had been publicly revealed.
We're not going to talk again, ever.
Since every time we do talk it ends in an argument, I'd say silence was preferable.
We won't go into detail about the explicit and deeply cringe-worthy things Charles and Camilla said to each other, but remember that the other name for the scandal was Tampongate.
Who are you referring to?
Camilla.
Why would I care about her?
Diana had a similar scandal of her own a few years prior, Squidgygate, which also made for uncomfortable reading. Number 6. Travelist ad.
Roger Toohey, I have him in my sights. And by my sights, I mean my eyesight.
The Duke of Sussex has had myriad PR mishaps during his time in the public eye, but most recently, he appeared in an ad for his non-profit Travelist, which aims to promote eco-friendly tourism.
Might have been a confusing time, it was windy.
I don't think it was confusing. It was an incredible time. We had an amazing time in New Zealand. It's beautiful.
It's a good initiative, of course, but the ad he made was widely lambasted for being immensely cringe. Not just an ad, it was also a comedy skit that saw Prince Harry chased through a forest in New Zealand by a guy whose job it is to rate tourists for how green they are on holiday.
In fact, you even bought some local honey.
Yes, I remember that.
Was that nice?
Yes.
The simple fact is that Harry, for all his worthwhile charitable causes, can't act to save his life. Number 5. Royal Family, 1969. What could be more cringe than the most senior royals trying to pretend that they're actually normal people?
Morning. Ice cream. This is what he really would like. Yes, you always go straight for ice cream. Yes. Well, would you like to go and get one?
Very few things, it turns out. In the 1960s, the Queen invited the BBC into Buckingham Palace to film the day-to-day lives of her family for a full 12 months. Though Prince Philip approved everything, including the final edit, the documentary was a failure for the royals.
All right, yeah. Very nice. Round,
The Queen hated it so much, she had it banned from being broadcast in 1977. Unfortunately for them, it since appeared in its entirety on the internet, so the Queen's suppression of the cringy film was all for naught.
The Britannia's officers drink the health of their chief passenger, who is not only their sovereign, but also their commander-in-chief.
Number 4. Vegas.
The core question is whether anybody could live up to the sort of standard that is expected 24/7.
It's not necessarily cringe that Prince Harry was notoriously photographed nude while in a hotel in Las Vegas, but what's actually cringe was the reaction of the tabloid press to such a thing.
It happened in Vegas. Britain's Prince Harry photographed here in the nude after a reported game of strip pool in Las Vegas this past weekend.
While it was a little unbecoming for the young royal, who was apparently playing a game of strip billiards, isn't someone entitled to take their clothes off while inside their own hotel room?
And he's behaving exactly how I would expect 27-year-old army boys to behave in Las Vegas.
Well, according to the TMZ paparazzi who got the scoop, apparently not. Prince Harry's crown jewels were splashed across the front pages, though the Duke of Sussex himself has later joked about the incident. Number 3. Speaking to Oprah. Even more from Prince Harry, the Sussexes' controversial interview with Oprah Winfrey was slammed by many pundits and news outlets in the UK.
I know there's an obsession with how things look, but has anyone talked about how it feels? Because right now, I could not feel lonelier.
A bevy of allegations against the royal family, or the firm, came out, including poor behaviour from the Duchess of Cambridge and bigotry amongst the most senior members of the family.
A few days before the wedding, she was upset about something pertaining to, yes, the issue was correct, about flower girl dresses, and it made me cry.
Harry talked about how he felt Prince William and the King were trapped by the institution, and they both opened up about mental health.
It's a very trapping environment that a lot of them are stuck in.
You were ashamed of admitting that Meghan needed help.
Yeah.
Irrespective of these allegations being pretty believable on the whole, many still criticised the way the Sussexes went about leaving the royal life, and the tone of their tell-all interview and lucrative media deals. Number 2. A trip to Jamaica. In 2022, the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate, were sent to visit Jamaica.
At one of the first places William and Kate were supposed to visit, protests forced the couple to cancel.
This came only a few months after Barbados decided to become a republic and ditch the British monarchy as the Republican movement grows in the Caribbean. As such, Will and Kate were met with a massive anti-monarchy protest and were consistently booed.
And across 3 countries, all of which have the Queen as head of state, William and Kate will raise the royal profile.
What was supposed to be a way for the royal family to keep the Commonwealth together massively backfired, and could increase the speed at which Caribbean nations decide they're done with the Brits.
Protesters were gathering outside of the British High Commission, demanding that Prince William apologise for the role played by the royal family in slavery.
It was more than a little embarrassing for the couple, and the tour was a failure. Number 1. Pizza Express. Serious as the Duke of York's dramatic fall from grace ultimately is, how it unfolded is still unbelievably cringe, even a few years later.
All of this goes back to your friendship with Jeffrey Epstein.
How did you first become friends? How did you meet?
It's still hard to wrap your head around the fact anybody allowed him to give such an interview, in which he claims he couldn't have committed the alleged crimes as he was at a birthday party at Pizza Express, though no witness appeared to back him up.
I'd taken Beatrice to a Pizza Express in Woking for a party.
He also infamously made the claim that the girl's testimony couldn't be true because she claimed he was sweating, and he said he is incapable of sweating after an incident during the Falklands War. Even stranger, it later came out that Prince Andrew was initially pleased with how it went.
To think that, like, this time last week on Friday night, Andrew was sat at home thinking, once that interview goes out, I'm going to be in everyone's good books.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.